So guys, you will see by the title of this video that we are talking about Taylormade and going back to something that they know the best, and that something today is a spider putter. So we've seen variants of this spider putter over the years, but they have gone back to a more traditional shape, and they've gone back to something that you know exactly what you're looking at and something that you know how it will perform. So Taylormade have gone back to this. We'll see on screen the other putters that have brought out from the Spider range in recent years, and it's not very many people you see there, the Spider GTs, maybe not a putter that you see very often, but we start to see a lot more of the older versions. We can see here we've got some changes to this, so it's not a full one-piece putter. We can see we've got some of the weight moved around there to again get that forgiveness and get exactly what you expect from that. One big thing they've done here, obviously, we have got that same KBS blacked out shaft. We have got the Superstrome grip, which has got a nice spider on there and a nice finish. And for me, this is a putter that obviously we know did exceptionally well with the likes of, oh, that's nowhere near, with the likes of Rory McIlroy, still using the putter. John Ram, before he went to Callaway, certainly won plenty of things using this putter. But we know what we're going to get from this kind of putter, and why have they gone back to it? That's what we're going to talk about now. Can see that it'll give us a perfect roll. But the big things on this putter, we can see, especially down at the golf ball, we can see the huge line on the back there. So they did go away from that on the previous model, but that's something that is massively important for helping you get your alignment right at the start. So making sure we're actually aiming on target is one of the biggest things that I see from amateur golfers that they don't do. They don't take the time to line the golf ball up. They don't maybe have an alignment aid on the back of their putter, and they don't use it to their advantage. But obviously we're using the Taylormade strike ball here, but we can start to help get that aligned, not only align with that line, but obviously the white stripes on there, the white down the middle, the paintwork does help us get that centered as well. So from there we can start to get an idea of what we are doing with putts. You can see there a perfect roll again, but I'm misreading that putt both times I've hit that putt. But that's what this putter is designed to do. It's designed to give you feedback. It's designed to help you get the ball coming out of the middle, rolling well, squaring your face and path up, and that's going to allow us to get feedback and start to improve your putting. Now guys, when we're talking who this putter is for, that's what everybody wants to know. Because everybody thinks a mallet putter, right, that's for a beginner golfer. I get something a little bit bigger, but then you think, right, Rory McIlroy, John Ram was using it, and a lot of people are still using this putter on tour. So who is it for and what kind of stroke? Again, people think mallet putter, they think face balance, which you would often see us obviously have the putter there, but obviously we've got the slant neck on this and it has a little bit of toe hang. So this is, again, is it set for any kind of stroke? It all depends on how you square the face up. It's not for a straight back, straight through. It's not for an arcing path. It's just for you to test out. And this is where obviously you can't really buy a putter off the shelf for me. You really have to go and test it and see how the roll of the putter is. We're going to start to see that obviously here the toe is going to want to open a little bit potentially, if somebody would say, for this, but actually the weight of the putter will, as we take it away, would actually keep it a little bit closed, because obviously the lightest point is the toe and that will go there. And on the way through, actually, when I start to accelerate, it'll actually want to open a little bit. So a lot of people start to say, right, as soon as I'm missing putts to the right, okay, what you want is you want a toe hang putter because it's going to massively open and close. And that's incorrect unless we start to wrap our arms around and start to do this, which is certainly what we don't want to see from a putting stroke. So again, if you're missing putts to the right, maybe something with a little bit of toe hang is not going to help you. You might need something that is that little bit more face balance, and this is where you need to go and see somebody to get fitted. But I'm going to be able to feel like that's comfortable. I'm not trying to manipulate it into a certain place. I'm just going to try and give that the roll that it wants. Okay, missed that a little bit to the right. And that's interesting because obviously my miss is a little bit to the right. That's why I actually do use at the moment a face balance putter, something that doesn't open up a little bit. This put a little bit right to left. So let's see how we do from here. Again, we can see that roll. The roll is good. That was a slight misread. So I'm certainly not obviously showing how this putter will hold more putts. So this is where obviously this is how important it is to go and get fitted. I think personally done a great job. I prefer this look to last year's model, but is it going to help you hold more putts? That is the big question. Oh, I still can't buy one. One big thing for me, obviously when you are testing a putter, I was going to say pace, that's an exceptionally long putt, so I'll just go a little bit further back from here. Okay, if we go out to somewhere like 30 feet, The next thing that we want to look at and with putters is getting the correct length for you. So we've got all the alignment aids, we've got the nice obviously finish on the shaft, we've got the grip that's going to help us get a more neutral grip, help to get our arms connected to our chest, but then we need a putter that is obviously going to help us have good pace control. And for me, that's making sure that when you do go for a new putter, for a fitting of a putter, is make sure you get the correct length, because a lot of people have putters too short, and once they're too short we start to see people in different postures like this. The toe of the putter goes in the air. Again, if I get it too long, I'm going to be very tall and we're going to have the toe in the air. We want to get that the perfect length for you to help you aim correctly and help you with your distance control. So again, with this putter we've got the pure roll insert, which we know it's a nice soft feel, so this is obviously dependent on what kind of feel you want off the face. And how many times I get people say, I'm not actually bothered about how a putter feels, I'm bothered how it performs. There from 30 feet is running away on these fast greens here at Big Cedar Lodge, but we want to make sure that we've got the face that is consistent. We know obviously Odyssey had the O-Works, it has obviously now it has the Stroke Lab technology, but this pure roll face does feel absolutely fantastic and competes with the white top face, which is probably one of the most common you'll see out there. You can see they're adjusted nicely on these fast greens, but this putter is something that they have done just to go back to what you expect. Will we see a big uptake in putters? I'm sure that I will see a lot more Spider putters back into play, especially going back to the more traditional model, to the more traditional shape, exactly what you expect, because there's a lot of good things on this putter. It's helping you aim, it's helping your alignment, and the face is certainly helping you get a nice soft feel if that's something you do like. But understand who it is for. It's not just directed at a high handicapper just because it is a mallet putter. Yes, you're going to get a little bit more forgiveness because we've got a little bit more MOI than a blade putter, but it doesn't always mean you have to go straight to this. And this is where it'll be interesting when we talk about those putters that we mentioned earlier.